Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from whatever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, after the massive industrial strike at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport and other airports across the country, William Samoei Ruto sent his CS for Road Transport and Infrastructure, CS Davis Chirchir, to address the workers. And you know what happened? First of all, they had to go for a meeting with the Kenya Aviation Workers Union officials so that they come on agreement on way forward to end the strike, such that the issues being raised by the Kenya Airport Authority workers is being sorted out, and the government to come clear or clean on the issue of Adan Group Holding taking over Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. So when the union officials had a meeting with the government officials, they now to address the workers who are on strike. So in the address, CS Chirchir got a chance to speak, but he found it so difficult to address the workers. You look on his face, he was confused. He kept on scratching his head, and even he could not, confidently address the workers who are on strike at the airport. So he wanted to say that I want to assure you, the workers, that the cabinet is here to protect your interest and our Kenyans. Hiyo ndio mambo alisema pale. But these workers could not just sit and listen to him. They were making some noise. So for them, they were clear, Adan must go. As he said that, they still insist that Adan must go. So he went on to say that you will listen to me and I will listen to you. But at the end of the day, he did not address. Instead, he had now to call on the Kenya Aviation Workers Union official to address the workers under that union. That is what happened. So the whole issue is about why did William Ruto CS confidently address the workers? And the other question is, did the issues they were raising got sorted out?
Taking the concession agreement to cabinet, and I want to assure you, cabinet is here to protect the interest of our Kenyans. Unajua hiyo ni sawa, mtanisikiza na nitawasikiza pia, hakuna shida. I will listen to you and you listen to me. What we have agreed today, and why don't we be patient to each other? Kwa sababu si Secretary General amesema tumekubaliana na kuna maandishi tumekubaliana. So let me allow the SG to basically read through what we have agreed, how we are going to work together and build consensus on way forward. And I don't see any points of divergence if we are talking to each other, if we are communicating. So we have agreed that we'll work with your si pengine Diema, si you are going to represent your members, ama itakuwa namna gani?
Now the question is, did Chirchir listen to what the workers were saying? Now, as we continue with the final discussion, just a quick request for those who are watching and you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, the airport workers are saying Adan must go. Chirchir seems not to be listening to this. He's actually pushing for the already compromised union to take the podium and address the workers, because he found it so difficult to address these workers. So he's cracked. Look at the body language. And at the end of the day, he did not address on anything. So he had to push now the union to speak. So we can say that the CS was not even allowed to address the people. It's a kind of we don't want to listen from you. So it's a kind of they're chasing him. They are very determined that their conclusion is that Adan must go. But for him, he is here to defend Adan holding group. That means defending the already decided issues by William Ruto. Now, Chirchir is finding it difficult to address the workers because he comes with lies from his boss. They already have a predetermined position on Adan. The workers don't want Adan to take over. But for them, they are determined that Adan should take over. So they are coming with a predetermined decision. There was a chance for Kipchumba Murkomen to address the workers at JKIA. But he never gave his time to listen to them. He never involved them. Why come at this time when there is industrial strike? Now to purport to be responding to these issues. Why now? Those are some of the questions. They come in late. There was a chance to speak to them, but they never considered that. And I wonder, for Uhuru Kenyatta, he gave the issue of SGR to China. But now when it comes to the issue of airport, the main gate of this country, you give to foreign people. Kama tuko na Mombasa port iko kule is one of our main gate. The airport is our main gate. Imagine you put it in the hands of foreigners to run it. How safe are we as a country? So anything will just come in because they are in charge. So it's happening under William Ruto. You can handle, if you cannot manage an airport, how do you purport to be, governing? How do you manage a country? So you will also lease the country during your tenure in office, or what does that one mean? If they can't run an airport successfully, so they cannot run a country also successfully. That's what it means. Wangepeana vitu zingine kama barabara, vitu za ndani hapo. But airport, anyway, that is what they have decided. But it seems the workers were so determined, they don't want to listen to anything to do with Adan. And I was reading comments yesterday. Someone said that it also happened with them that the government assured them that in as much the private is taking over, their jobs are secured, there will be no firing. But after 1 year, kuna wale hawakuwa wamependwa na ile uongozi, wakaanza kuchukiwa, wengine wakaanza kufutwa kazi, but they had letters assuring them of their job. These workers knows that can also happen to them. So you can't convince them under any circumstance that they are safe in the hands of a private investor or an individual. That's why for them, they determined that Adan must go. If Kenyans would have joined hands with the 5,000 workers, I think they could have brought this country to a standstill, and the issue of Adan would have been reversed. Hawa jamaa wanakuja hapa kujenga mahoteli kubwa kubwa, kitu ya kwanza. They are looking into other investment, not focusing on, at the first place, on putting a new runway. And by the way, why not give them a new land like what happened in kule kwa Paul Kagame, Rwanda? Identify a new land somewhere, then let them build from zero to something, and then let them compete equally with the other airports that they Ngeziko. I mean, there is a scam here. I want to read some of the comments from Kenyans, like 3 comments, then we will be going to the comment section of this Punchline. Joy Kilele, this is what he's saying. Mr. CS, the bone of contentious is not having a modern world-class airport, but the crazy terms agreed upon with the Adan Group. The agreement seems to mainly focus on the city-side development. There is much focus on the setting aside of 30 acres of the city-side development. This will not solve the immediate issues facing the airport, but rather tap into the opportunities that should follow the growth and the expansion of the airport. The construction of hotels and the malls is set to start almost immediately after the lease is signed, and this is not a priority. It indicates the terminal and taxiway development, but set the construction to start during phase 2. There is no proposal for a new runway in 30 years concessions period. The proposal, sorry for that, on the provision of ILS CATI facility in 2046 is unfortunate. Another one here, Prince Musiomi. What you guys need to know is that Adan financed Ruto campaign, and Ruto was to pay back once he ascended to presidency. He was to use the money from the failed finance bill to pay Adani, but you guys, Kenyans, made sure that the finance bill could not go through. But in whichever means, he had to pay them back, or they be given one of the country's assets to run and make profit to pay themselves back. And here we are. JKIA, it has been since it has to be since other assets like KPA are already in use as collateral to SGR. Adan is here to stay. Let's get used to it. Lastly, James Kimone. If they are a true investor, give them a new land and they build their so-called 5-star airport. There, they should leave JKIA airport alone. We are not confident leasing our gets to be manned by foreigners, no matter how poor we are as a nation. I don't know your views, but let us read in the comment section to continue with this discussion. Thank you so much, and see you in our next video.